thank you for this opportunity to speak to you. Anytime there's an opportunity for us to serve, to give to others, I went several times over to the Community of Hope AME Church and saw what Pastor Lee and his team was doing over in Iverson Mall, feeding people. And I said, they're having a feeding opportunity tomorrow on Mother's Day. On Easter they did it. And I thought, what better way to serve the people than to be out here in the heart of the community, giving away 500 fresh groceries, meat, and cakes and everything, and telling our citizens Happy Mother's Day. The mothers are the foundation of our family, and following in the leadership in the direction of Pastor Tony Lee over at Community AME Church, I wanted to be here and do something over here in Seat Pleasant. We're going to Glass Manor, we're going to other places in the community where there's food deserts, and we're going to give them fresh food and fresh opportunities to believe in this pandemic that there are those who care about them. So with that said, I can't have food on my table and eat it with satisfaction, knowing that there are individuals in Prince George's County who don't have the opportunity to eat what I'm eating. So this is my way of giving back to those less fortunate than me. To God be the glory, because if it were not for the grace of God, there go I. And I'm glad to be a part of this event today, and thank you for coming out.
Councilman, you do so much in the field to help so many people. You don't just sit at the desk, you're always out here, and you always have so many people. How do you pull that off?
When you're involved in the people's movement and people see that you really care, then there's an opportunity for them to receive inspiration for you and believe in what you say. When your words are connected to your actions and your actions are connected with your words, they see that you're not just a public servant, you're a servant leader, going where you need to go, speaking on the issues you need to speak on, and standing up for the people, standing in the gap for our people. And I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to work with the county executive and council members that are working with me to make a difference in their own right. They're doing their thing, I'm doing mine. I'm for the people, I was elected by the people, and I'm of the people. So I have to stay with the people.
Yes, sir. One more question. We noticed that you were able to go directly to the farms to bring food to the city.
Yeah.
This is something that people are finding are very important these days, where you have food being cut off by food supplies across the country. Maryland has its own food production. You went directly to the source. Is that something you're going to continue to do?
That's the only way we're going to do it. We're going directly to the source, and there are going to be farmers from our county working together, making a difference, because that's where you make the difference. It's not in what you say, it's in what you do with those who are here for you. And working with Miller's Farm, working with Heller Farm, Heller Meat, we had an opportunity to do just that.
Will you expand from here on that?
Yes, from there, the next place we going is District Heights. We're going to Glass Manor. We're going where the people are calling out for help as far as food is concerned. And we're going to be there for them.
Yes, sir.
The quality will be high, and we will do nothing less than serve. And I want you to know they're doing it all over the county. And after watching Community of Hope AME Church, I had to do something other than go over there and support them. They have inspired me to do more, and I'm going to do it. To God be the glory.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Be safe.
Hi, I'm Councilman, and I'm here on behalf of Calvin Hawkins and the Mother's Day grocery giveaway to help those in need and to be a stress buster in light of COVID-19. This is a COVID-19 relief for all those who are in need. And so it's a lot of brothers who are taking care of a lot of mothers today. I'm here also on behalf of representing Music Expose. It's the music of our souls. As a matter of fact, it walks you through the Black experience musically. From work songs to field hollers, the spirituals, the gospels, the blues, the jazz, the R&B, the soul, the neo-soul, the ragtime, the punk, the rock, and to Afrobeat. So you get a full circle of the African American experience and this continent musically. That's why it's called the music of our souls.
How do we get it?
You can get that on musicexpose.net. That's MUZIKXPOSE.net. And your life will never be the same.
Tell us what's different about Music Expose.
Well, Music Expose is a digital radio station. It's an entertainment network. Unlike over-the-air radio, we don't do commercials. We stream music for healing. We are in a time where we need healing. And by taking all of our genres and streaming them on one station, we get spiritual incantations where we call upon all of our ancestors for healing, for our healing, for our healing.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too.
So I'm Brad Miller with Miller Farms in Clinton, Maryland, and we were contacted by Councilman Hawkins to kind of source some things to make up some care packages for people who have been affected in the community. So what we did is we spent the last 2 days sourcing items and then putting them in the boxes and packing them and shipping them down over here and helping pass them out.
That's what I'm getting at. Tell us a little bit about the walk us through it. How much food? What time did you start this morning?
Oh, okay.
How many people had to put it
So
together?
we started, after contacting the councilman, we started contacting our suppliers right away. So last Friday we started calling people and we tried to figure out how many bags of potatoes was it going to take to make 600 cases. So, we went and we had 50, 60 bags of potatoes to break down and put into each individual boxes. We've got celery in there, we've got kale, we've got green onions,
Pull them together for the
apples,
shot.
carrots, onions. We've got some tomatoes in there, some cucumbers, and a shortcake for dessert. And so what we did is we made up all of our boxes, put a few tables out, and we just started a conveyor belt, a little line. We got some of our guys together. We put in about 6 hours the first day, and another 6 hours. We ran out of some stuff, so we had to go back and get some more, and then put another 6 hours in the following day. But eventually we all got it done. 17 pallets worth of produce came out here today and was distributed, and took 2 trucks. And like I said, we're just happy to be a part of it and happy to help.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And congratulations. You guys been around for better than 100 years. That's saying a whole lot.
Yeah, man, well, we're trying, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of the community. So, without the community support, that's we're just very thankful that we've had such a supportive community for so many years, and we just appreciate the opportunity to give back.
We look forward to you expanding. It looks like it's going to be an opportunity to do that.
We're looking forward to it as well.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Minister Bruce Herbert. I'm from Community of Hope AME Church, and I'm out here alongside of a few of the other members. We come to support Councilmember Hawkins as he actually comes out to help us on a weekly basis at Community of Hope, and we pass out food to the community. So it's a working environment where we serve the people together. So a team that works together, stays together, and the community is benefiting from it. So we just are blessed with the opportunity to serve the people here in Prince George's County.
What are you doing today?
Well, today we came by, we just actually finished our setup for tomorrow, getting things together. So we actually got finished a little early, and we came out to give here alongside Councilmember Hawkins as he continues to do speak.
When you say we, who are we talking? Who are you speaking of, and how many folks are we talking about?
Okay, so I'm speaking of Community of Hope AME Church, it's located in Temple Hills, and alongside Councilmember Hawkins and his team. So he comes out, like I said, every time we call him, he's there for us. So we are great to be a support to him as well.
Outstanding. You say you're getting ready for tomorrow. Is that a special Mother's Day kind of event?
Well, it's going to be special. Well, it's special to all of us because we actually are going to be able to pass out 500 boxes of food located at Branch Avenue, Iverson Mall. So we're just going to bless the families and hope that we can be able to fill people's tables and be a blessing to them as they're a blessing to us, because it's definitely a blessing to be able to serve at a time like this and to be able to see the need of what our community has and be able to be there for them, because yes, I was on the other side and I also am grateful to be able to be a servant as well as one that's been a recipient.
You have made a commitment, and I believe that God, your faith is at the center of that commitment. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, faith without works is dead. So we actually believe in service leadership. So if you are serving and you get to be with the people, among the people, you are growing, and not only are you growing, you're growing. The people are believing in what it is that your words say, how it is that you act. So, the service that you give back, it's not about you at all. It's all about what you can do to help other folks, because we can't do it alone by ourselves. So that's why we are the community of hope.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your service.
G.S. Proctor and Associates. We're honored to be here today to help partner and serve the community that's had some challenges. It's been a tough time for a lot of people, and we're just glad to partner with the Bowlings, the Millers, Councilman Hawkins, and the other sponsors and partners, Comcast, Pepco, to come out and be a blessing to a lot of people today. So just glad to be a part of it.
How do you feel with this pandemic and the pace that it's going now? How do you feel that the county is doing in terms of answering the call?
I think the county is doing a great job. Obviously, Prince George's County is kind of the epicenter for the state of Maryland, but I think the leadership has been phenomenal, and I think what you witnessed today, the community coming together to help partner and serve the community, poster child of what we can be.
You strike an interesting balance between understanding the business, the community, but at the same time understanding the health issues and concerns. How do you feel about the opening up that is occurring across the country and where we are with regard to that? How do you balance it?
I think the leadership has done a great job in protecting people. I think you have to protect people, and I think you have to get the economy going. I think it's a balancing act, but I think our leadership has done a phenomenal job in balancing those two things. I absolutely understand that you want to get the economy back, but not at the risk of lives. So it is a balancing act, and I think they've done a really good job with it. So I think we're in a good place right now, given the circumstances that we're in. But what you saw today was really, to me, was the epitome of what we can be. When you saw the business community, religious community, elected officials come together to serve people who've had some tough times because of the pandemic. So.
Absolutely. G.S. Proctor & Associates celebrating 25 years now this year, and involved in the community both as a business entity and as a good community business neighbor. You've always given, you've always supported. How does this particular moment strike you and your company as part of your legacy now?
Oh, this is what we do. Without the community, there is no G.S. Proctor & Associates. It's that simple. So the two are inseparable. The two are so intertwined, one feeds off of the other. So doing this today is exactly what we do. The community helped create us. We've been very blessed by the community. The fact that we can turn around and donate some money for fresh produce and vegetables and some fresh meat for these folks makes all the sense in the world. It's a no-brainer, as they say.
Tell us a real last question. The next 25 years for G.S. Proctor & Associates, what can we expect?
I think what you see from us is exactly what you're going to get. Partner, trying to continue to engage the community, the religious community, the business community, and as you saw today, the community at large. That's our secret sauce, working with people, getting the best out of people, is what you saw today. We'll continue to do that. It may not be me at the lead at 25 years, but certainly with Trey and the family, that's what we want to continue to do.
Outstanding.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for what you do.
Not at all. Not at all.
Mr. Serving, that's great. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
How you doing, guys? My name's Adam Miller from Miller Farms in Clinton, Maryland. one of the last farms in Prince George's County. We're here today for the Mother's Day giveaway put on by Councilmember Hawkins. He got in contact with us a couple weeks ago and trying to set this up and coordinate everything, and we came through for him. He's putting together, we got together 600 boxes for vegetables, fresh fruit, and shortcakes from our bakery for needy families in the Seat Pleasant community. And and we're just so happy to be a part of this, and we're so appreciative of what he's doing and how he brought us in as well. So it's just our honor to be a part of this great program.
Tell us a little bit about Miller Farms and how you're adjusting to the pandemic.
Yeah, so this pandemic has hit us in a couple different ways. It's been a double-edged sword. There's been good, there's been bad. So we work with a lot of restaurants in the DC area, and when they shut down, unfortunately, that shut us down in a sense from that perspective. But we do have our store and bakery at our farm, which has actually done really well. We've been getting great support from the Clinton community and surrounding areas, supporting our store and our family farm. And we actually started online ordering and curbside pickup because of all this. So we're just looking out for the health and safety of not only our customers, but our employees and our own family. So
how's the online ordering going?
it's going very well. We just started it about 3 weeks ago, and our numbers are increasing week to week as we're growing and progressing with it. I think this will be a big addition to our business in the foreseeable future. If not for the safety aspect of it, then for the convenience part of it. It's very convenient. Once our crops start being ready to pick, our guys will literally have crops harvested in the morning, and that same produce can be picked up by that afternoon at our location.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Tell us, because so much trouble is going on across the country in terms of the food supply production process. You're here in Prince George's, you're here in Maryland. Does that impact you at all? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I would say, since our farm is so close to this community, our food doesn't have to travel nowhere near the mileage that most grocery stores' food has to. So we have our store slowly traveling less than a mile from our fields to our store, and like I said, we're harvesting stuff in the morning. People can pick that stuff up by that afternoon. And if we deliver to surrounding communities, that's 10, 15 minutes away rather than thousands of miles away from across the country or in a different country somewhere, internationally.
Do you see Miller Farms getting more engaged in direct supply to area groceries, to area food centers?
Yes, I see that. We worked closely with Giant Foods already before all this started. They're one of our big clients, but I think with all this happening, I think more grocery stores and other places that sell produce will want to source as locally as possible, because our food, most of it's homegrown. We try to supply everything that we grow to our community, and if we can't grow it, we try to get it as local as possible from our surrounding neighbors. So it's just a benefit all around for the local economy. The food can't get any fresher, and it's healthy.
We hope that you continue to expand, because it seems like it would be a very good opportunity for those grocers, Safeway and Giant and so on, to deal and work directly with you because their supply chains and services are being cut.
We're hoping that's the case as well, and I think we will see an increase in demand for our local homegrown products. Because that's why we're doing it. We don't do this to send it off across the country. We want to support our local community as much as possible and give them fresh produce that's right here. Right here.
Makes sense. Did you see a change, or I should say a challenge, with working with the state and federal government in terms of getting any kind of COVID-19 relief? I mean, I don't know if you necessarily applied and needed any, but if you're going to expand, do you see that as something that is important?
As of right now, we haven't needed any relief. Sure, we could apply, but I think there'd be a better use for that money for someone that needs it more. So we haven't applied. We're a little concerned about our labor help that we're going to have for the summer. There's a lot of the guys are migrant workers, so as long as we can get them over here, we'll be good. They're a huge part of our nation's economy. We need them. They do a lot of the work that some people don't realize how important it is. And it's important for the price of groceries. It's important for the stuff getting from the field to your dinner table. It's an extremely important part of our nation's economy.
How can families and community leaders get in touch with you in order to take advantage of or to buy from you, frankly?
Yes, sir. There's a few different ways you can do that. So you can go to our website at www.millerfarmsclinton.com. You can contact us through there. We also have our Facebook and Instagram pages, which we're very active on, trying to spread the word about who we are, what we do, how fresh produce is right here in the Prince George's County community. They don't need to go other places far away and get their things. We're right here. We know we're one of the last few farms left in Prince George's County, but we're not going anywhere. We're planning to stay here for a long time. And we have our store, like I said, our store and our bakery right there in Clinton at our farm, where you can see things we're growing, and just check out our store and that, like I said, that's right there in Clinton, Maryland.
Yes, sir.
Right off Piscataway Road, Route 223, about 5 minutes from the Branch Avenue exit.
That brings me to my last question. You're a family business.
Yes, sir.
How many generations of Millers have been working with the farm?
So I'm the 6th generation, and we have the 7th generation coming up. My brother's kids will be the 7th generation coming up. They're still a little young yet, but been doing this. It's been in the family since the 1800s, late 1800s, and throughout the years it's expanded and evolved. It used to be more of just growing things for our own family, you know, which a lot of people back in those times grew things for themselves. Now it's turned into us growing things for the community, and we have our store now that was built in the 80s, and now we're working closely with other grocery stores and restaurants, and it's constantly evolving. And we used to be big tobacco growers, and a lot of Southern Maryland farmers were.
That's right. That's right.
In the mid 1900s, I'd say, and that all kind of fell through with the Maryland tobacco buyout, which is a good thing. But that was a big part of what we did. And in the 70s and 80s, we started transitioning to growing a lot of vegetables. And that's kind of where we're at today. We've got our store and our bakery, and we also grow flowers and landscaping products for people's gardens, and we grow vegetable plants. People can grow their own food. I think we're seeing a huge demand for that right now. A huge increase in numbers of our vegetable plants. People are interested in growing their own food, learning, having a new hobby to do with the kids since there's not much else to do at the time. But it's an important life lesson.
It is.
That's something you could keep for the rest of your life, and I think really humbles you.
So the Miller family and Miller Farms were around during the last pandemic in 1918.
Yes, sir.
You guys survived a little bit. You've been through some
did
things.
Survive that. I can't speak too much about it. I'm only 27, and I haven't heard the stories from the previous generations, but somehow we're still here today. So I'm sure the times were tough, but family survived, and
Precisely.
well.
That's it. Leave it right there. We survived. Hey, thank you so very much.
No problem.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate
friend, Councilmember Calvin Hawkins at large, who's one of the lead hosts of this event with Patriots Technology, City of Seat Pleasant, here with the District 24 team, and most importantly, our County Executive Manager, Lawson Brooks, as well as School Board Member Brian Swan. We are here giving food to those in need, supporting our fellow Prince Georgians. It is a critical time here. A lot of folks are hurting, but the great thing is we come together when everyone's in need here in the county. When we're together, nothing can keep Prince George's County down. We're one county, and we stand together.
Yes, sir. Councilman, you traditionally and have developed a reputation as being one who's conscious about wealth building
Absolutely.
and self-development.
Absolutely.
One of the things that's unique is that the food that was brought here today came from farms in Prince George's
Absolutely.
and in Maryland. Can you talk about that
Well,
a
that's
little bit?
critical. You know, we have to do even more to support urban agriculture, rural agriculture, all of which is happening right here in Prince George's County right now. A lot of people don't know that. They don't realize that we could even do more if we could figure out distribution to get a lot of those goods and products to restaurants right here in the county on a regular basis. So that really should be the next step as we think about just this food giveaway. Think about if we are figuring out how to get this food delivered to restaurants locally here, and that local restaurants can then be a pipeline for our locally grown food. That's the next step. But we're happy to see this example of what we can do when we buy local and we support building generational wealth right here in the county.
Yes, sir. Another question regarding the food distribution.
Sure.
Do we find that we're in a position where we need to do more of these?
Yeah, it's really an almost unlimited need out there. This COVID-19 crisis is something like we've never seen before in our lifetime. I think it's been reported there were 30 million folks nationwide who are unemployed. Unemployment rate 14%. If you include those who are underemployed, it's over 20-something percent, and it's going to get worse. So this is really unprecedented. It's getting near something that more similar to the Great Depression, and so we have to come together like we never before. And as you all know, when issues hit the country, they always hit the black community even harder, and that's very true here in the COVID-19 crisis. So we have to really come together, have all of our residents and family in need.
Last question.
Sure.
As the country starts to open up and people start to move about, Prince George's is going to be confronted with a tourism travel when the summer comes.
Sure.
How will we work to get our numbers and trend COVID-19 down as people are coming through our area who are not concerned with it?
Well, the first thing is not to open up too fast, regardless of what President Trump says. If you open up too fast, we'll have a second wave of this virus and we'll have to shut down, and it'll be an even longer crisis than it would otherwise be. So that's one of the first lessons. Second thing is that we're going to have to broaden our testing. We have to start testing even asymptomatic folks to get a better handle on who has the virus and who doesn't, so that we can properly isolate those who do until they get over the virus and keep those who don't have it from getting it. So that's the second thing. Third thing we're going to need to do is, even when we do start to open up, we do it gradually. And we open up the least risky type activities first, and then once we see a strong downward trend of the virus, if not a virtual elimination of new cases, then you can start to see a full reopening again, and we can get something similar to normal, particularly when a vaccine and stronger treatment become available. And that's still a long ways off. But if we follow a gradual approach that's based on the science, not based on politics, we'll get there and we'll be safe and healthy and stronger than ever before.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time.
Great to be with you.
Appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gilbert Bowling. I'm a Charles County Commissioner, and I'm also a farmer down in Charles County. as well as captain with the Prince George's County Police Department. I was contacted by some friends up here in Prince George's County about providing some meats for a food giveaway, some deserving folks up here in Prince George's County. So after we did a giveaway down in Charles County, I made some time and some effort with some animals to bring them up here in partnership with the butcher shop down in St. Mary's County, providing some fresh meat to the residents up here in Prince George's County. I just want to show my appreciation for what everybody's done for me and for the community.
Do you feel that the work that you've done, well, let me do this. How much meat are we talking about?
There's about 1,400 pounds of beef and pork that we provided up here. Some was donated, some was bought.
And with regard to the processing shortages that are going on around the country, how has it affected you?
Well, I think it's shined a light on the need for local producers to have local processors, so that when food supplies like this run short, that we can readily access fresh meats and produce from our local farmers. And this is the process we're working with the Southern Maryland Ag Development Commission down in, and they cover Prince George's County and Charles County, is helping through a slaughter facility to help with this.
So this is not the only rodeo for you.
No. I've a couple rodeos.
What's next?
As far as what other things do I do?
No, in terms of producing food, selling food.
We sell food off the farm. We sell local meats and produce off the farm. We're looking to get into some of the local stores and try to encourage folks to get into farming and be producers as well.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for your contribution today.
Thank you. Have a
How
great day.
can people get in touch, should they need to, in terms of organizations, groups, and so on?
They can email me at newportvalleyfarm@gmail.com.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Eugene W. Grant, Mayor of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. We are here live in Seat Pleasant, Maryland, a smart city of excellence, with the Honorable Councilman Calvin Hawkins at large of Prince George's County for this Mother's Day weekend. He and his Hawksters are here, have swooped into Seat Pleasant to provide much needed resources to the community during this COVID-19 crisis. We are thankful for his leadership. We've had the senator here, Senator Joanne Benson. We had our delegates here. We've had our county executive here. We had even Trayon White from Washington, D.C., Ward 8, Reverend Tony Lee. So many individuals coming together to work on behalf of those who need at this time. But also kicking off this Mother's Day weekend to ensure that we do not forget our mothers who have sacrificed and have struggled so much. And this is our opportunity to give back to them and to say thank you. And we want to thank everybody who has contributed, everybody who has been a part of this magnificent, sunshiny day of hope, help, and healing right here in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence.
Tell us a little bit about the flowers and that's a little different.
Never miss a photo op. So tell me when you're ready.
We're good?
All right. So we want to make certain that we spread some life and some love to everyone in the community. And so Calvin Hawkins and his team has been so gracious to add to this Mother's Day celebration a plant, not a flower. Flowers die, plants live. And this is an opportunity to show the living mothers how much we value and we appreciate. The legacy of love is being demonstrated right here today in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence.
Thank you, sir.
They are everywhere. They're doing what they're supposed to do, leading us during this pandemic. It's easy to lead during times of convenience, but this chief has led us in the time of challenge. Our crime rate has gone down, but more importantly than that, he's been a great community partner to all those individuals involved in Prince George's County. He's known from the northern portion of the county to the southernmost portion of the county. Right. And Chief, what we wanted to do is present to you the first annual We Rise Together Award, presented to Chief Henry P. Stawinski Prince George's County Police Department. Thank you for your deliberate, unrelenting leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. Your commitment of service is an uncompromising example of professional grace under pressure and leadership for our community. On behalf of Gregory S. Proctor of G.S. Proctor's and Associate, Thurman Jones Patriot Technology Training Center, and yours truly and all the citizens in Prince George's County and all the business for the leadership you have provided us. Thank you, sir, for your service. Thank you for your service.